This is topic B on page 23, writing math equations. Many times you may have wanted to include mathematical equations in your presentations and would have found it to be a time-consuming and daunting task. You must search for the right symbols or structures, add prefix, suffix, and a lot of other things to get an equation right. Though the earlier version of PowerPoint provides you with several predefined equations and functions, sometimes it is difficult to find the exact equation you are looking for from that long list. PowerPoint comes with a new feature which enables you to actually write in math equations in your presentation. Instead of searching for the desired equation from a long list, you can now write out the equation using your finger or a pointing device, and PowerPoint will convert it for you into a typed format. Knowing how to use this tool will save you a lot of time and energy. So in my example presentation, I'm going to create a new title and content slide. So here we'll see how to add some different math equations into our presentation. I'm going to take the bullets off here. And let's say I wanted to add the Pythagorean theorem into my slide. I was talking about the areas of triangles. So I'll put the Pythagorean, hope I spelled this right, Pythagorean theorem is, and we'll add that on the next line centered. On my Insert tab, in my Symbols command group, here I have a drop down for equations. And you can see it has some predefined equations for us. One of those being the Pythagorean theorem. We also have the area of a circle, binomial theorem, expansion of a sum, and Fourier series. And we have some additionals as we scroll down. With these pre-formatted math equations for us, we can actually just click and insert them into our slides wherever our cursor is currently located. So I could click on the Pythagorean theorem, which is the sides of a triangle, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and it inputs that for me. So that's obviously an easy way, but not every equation or function that you'll need to enter into your slides are in that drop down. So if I had a second line here, I'll bring this to the next line, go to my Insert tab, Equation drop down. I also have the option to insert new equation. And this leaves a little placeholder for me here, type equation here, and it adds an Equation Tools Design Contextual tab. You have a bunch of different symbols that you can enter here, and these are just your basic math ones. You have different categories here of Greek letters. You use those a whole lot in math. Letter-like symbols, operators, whole list of mathematical operators for you to use, arrows, negated relations, you have scripts, and you also have some geometry symbols as well. So you have all of those symbols that you're able to just click on, and it starts inputting them into your equation. So with those symbols, and also you have some structural. So maybe you're not even using a mathematical equation. Maybe you have a slide for something like a recipe, and you simply want to input a fraction, a quarter of a cup, something along those lines. Using that insert equation on your Equation Tools Contextual tab, you have some different drop downs for categories here. You can see you have a fraction, you have scripts, radical. I mean, the chances of you using these, if you're not, in advanced mathematics, something along that career path, you probably won't use these. I use them a whole lot. I was a math major at Georgian Court, so these were very, very beneficial to me when I was, doing a project or trying to write up a paper. These are available in all of your Microsoft applications, not just PowerPoint. But again, like if you're writing a recipe or something like that and you want to input a fraction, of course you can use your slash symbol and input them, but your numbers in this way, they actually appear smaller than just typing something like 5 and then your dash and 6 like that. So it'll actually appear a little different for you. So if I did the fraction this way, you can see it leaves a little empty spot there. I can actually click on that square. We can do 5, 6, and obviously you could delete the rest of this. And, you know, continue writing your recipe, 5/6 of a cup, you know, whatever you're typing there. So you have those options on your equation ribbon tab. Okay, so that will appear when you're using that equation command on your ribbon. Now another option, which is pretty cool, and this is new to Microsoft 2016, is your ink equation feature. And you can actually use this if you have a touch screen. You can actually use your mouse or a stylus to draw on your screen the equation that you're trying to input. Now we don't have touch screens for our computers, but we can use our mouse or the trackpad on your laptop to do the same. So I could go to my Insert tab, my equation drop down, and here all the way at the bottom I have my ink equation. And this opens up a little kind of like graph paper here, and you can see my cursor is a little dot, and I can actually draw what I want my equation to be. Now if I was using that Pythagorean theorem, I could do a squared plus b squared, whoops, good old eraser down here, select that, go back to my right utensil, equals c squared. Now, I did that very fast, and I did that on purpose. I really don't write that sloppily. But I want to show you what happens if PowerPoint does not recognize what you're trying to write. So obviously, I was not trying to write this. I was trying to write a squared. So down on your toolbar, I can select the Select and Correct tool. And when I click on the character that PowerPoint did not recognize, which was that exponent of 2, it will try to recommend or try to guess what the correction should be here. You can see that it does not have the 2 here, so I cannot select it to input. I'll have to close that, and I would have to erase it and just try to write it a little bit neater this time. And you can see that time it does guess it. Now again, the c squared, that was not recognized, so I want to hit my Select and Correct option, click that letter C. We have a capital C. That's not what I want. I want a lowercase c. So again, I would have to erase that, hit my right, and try to write it a little neater. And you can see that time it comes up. So now, we'll double check that my correction was right, my equation looks good, and then I can insert that. Another way to input your equation for yourself. So it's not always going to be an option, you know, to type out. It might be a lot easier to just use a writing device and record it that way. Your next video will be Activity 2.2 on page 26.